Hey everybody, and welcome to Edgematch Tweet and Talk number 36. You can follow along with us on Google Plus and back channel on Twitter with the hashtag Edgematch. So question 1 just dropped, so feel free to have at that. Today is going to be a slightly different type of episode, though. We're going to meet the board of EdSpeakers, some of the board, not all of the board. Right now we have Jaison here with us, and Shelly will be coming back soon. But just really quickly, a plug for Edgematch. Check out edumatch.education, and there you can sign up to be the featured person of the day, and we tweet out information about you, get you all sorts of connections. So just awesome stuff. So we are talking tonight about EdSpeakers. So we have the wonderful Jaison Oliver in the house. So Jaison, if you wouldn't mind just please introducing yourself.
So my name is Jaison Oliver, as Sarah said. I am on the board of EdSpeakers, so I help out with with conference presentations. We do a lot of internal development for our members. So really trying to help everyone work on just getting their brand and their name out there. And I also am the founder of a company called Edgematch, where I promote different education conferences that are going on around the country, but especially in Houston, Texas, and the state of Texas where I am. And then I also own a tutoring company. So I have my hand in a few different things. And excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. And so it's great that we have Jaison here. As I said, Shelly was having a little bit of technical difficulties, but she will be joining us in progress. So in the meantime, for those of you who don't know, my name is Sarah Thomas. I'm also on the board of EdSpeakers and very excited about this project. So it's going to be fantastic. 9 to 5, I am a regional technology coordinator, and also I am part of this lovely Edgematch family that we have going on right now. So awesomeness. So Jaison, let me go ahead and pose the first question to you. What is EdSpeakers?
So, and I feel like I should give a disclaimer. I'm actually in the Edgematch Voxer group and a big believer in everything that Sarah and the Edgematch community does. So I feel like I should get that out of the way now. But EdSpeakers is a collective of people in education who are devoted to really just increasing the diversity of the people in the education world. So looking at the folks that we consider experts in this space, right, it tends to look the same. We tend to see a lot of familiar faces as we go around to different conferences, and they tend not to represent a variety in race, sometimes not even a variety in gender, especially considering, being in the field of education, having so many women, and then looking at age, looking at ability, like all these different things, which speak to our students, like the varied backgrounds of our students as far as sexuality and so many different things. But we don't really see that. We don't see that expertise displayed in the people that we look to as experts and thought leaders in this space. So EdSpeakers is really all about creating a community to support and amplify the voices of people from diverse backgrounds in the field of education.
Nice. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So, so you kind of tackled the second question as well, but I'm going to ask it. I'm going to ask it again. So what is the mission of EdSpeakers? Like, and I know that was kind of in your answer, but if you could just speak specifically to the mission.
Yeah, and I did speak to it a little bit, but it's really about amplifying, diverse voices in education. Supporting and amplifying those voices, because one thing we often say is we may say, oh, there are opportunities, but people don't know where to find these speakers from diverse backgrounds, right? They don't know where to find them, or we might try and make it an issue of preparation, right? Oh, they don't have the brand recognition, or just all the different little things that may go unspoken. So trying to make sure that everybody has the institutional knowledge, so how to submit contracts and how to submit these workshop proposals that are actually going to get selected, in addition to making sure that people are able to find them through the EdSpeakers database. So we have this huge database with people all over the world, which is awesome because we also tend to look at America as the experts in education, where people are doing some really interesting and innovative things around the world. And considering how we have, say in Texas, we have huge Hispanic populations here throughout the state, thinking about what we can learn from people in other parts of the world, right? Especially Spanish-speaking parts of the world, not just Mexico or not just Spain, but like other spaces. There's a lot of potential there. So really that core mission of amplifying those voices in a way that nobody can have excuses anymore. We're out there and really trying to and speak to the needs of our students in a way that hasn't been done before.
Fantastic. And I also wanted to, anyone who is on the Edgematch hashtag right now who is viewing live, then please feel free to submit any questions there or on the Q&A, and we can also address those. So now we have Shelly in the house. So Shelly, if you can please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shelly Sanchez Terrell, and I'm the founder of EdSpeakers. So I'm really excited to be here today with Jaison and Sarah, and I know we have some of the other board members viewing, so that's pretty awesome, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, Sarah, for having us.
Awesome. Well, great to have you both on. And Jaison was just talking about the mission of EdSpeakers. So I'm going to combine both questions I posed to him in one. So what is EdSpeakers and what is the mission of EdSpeakers, Shelly? So just to pose the same questions to you.
Well, the mission is actually quite long. We have our mission and our vision and our core values all listed on the site, but some of the things, since Jaison probably covered the mission pretty well, is that our what we want to do is we act more as a community, a collaborative, and a cooperative. What that means is that we all are meant to work together and to really help improve each other, our presentation skills, and then also whenever we are presenting, or we are, for example, having a Twitter chat, hosting one, or whenever we're keynoting, have a project, an event, anything like Edgematch, of course, then we work together to amplify each other. So for example, Sarah just told you all the hashtag, and so what we try to do is see the power of our community in using that hashtag. We let people know, we get the word out there, so as a community we really help support each other. So I think that's one of the biggest goals and values that we see, and we call that amplification. And then also we want everyone in the community to participate and to really, when we share and we help each other, then we also not only take learning from that, but all of us can grow from that. So our members have been really great about jumping in and really sharing resources, sharing, for example, when there's a presentation coming up. I know Jaison does that a lot with events, that he'll show when proposals are due, but then other members do too, when there's grants, when there's opportunities, and so that's basically some of the core values and missions and the mission.
All right. Fantastic. There was a question from Twitter. Someone said, EdSpeakers sounds awesome. I love the mission statement. I'm curious how they go about achieving these goals. So responses.
I think it's a little tough right now. I don't know. We're getting to that point, and that's one thing that we're doing with the community. So that's a really good question. Is that right now our focus? I mean, we haven't even been a year old. We've been just a few months really, and so what we do is we let all of our community members know what it is, our goal, our professional goal, like how to, like this next goal that we're having for the few months is getting getting our members to host Twitter chats. So we're, letting people know that way. And we have some other goals as well. And that's how we get them promoted, supported, get them to be their voice spread, a diverse voice spread. But the other part is we also let them know. We come up with, for example, in our forums, we have private forums, we have a Foxer group, we also have a Remind 101. Valerie's done a great job of that. And so we all come up with we talk together in our own Voxer group, and we come up with okay, what would be professional goals that are really great for the group. Like in the last one we did, one of the ones we do about 3 or 4. Jaison just did one recently about copy editing. So we try to get small goals into that. And then we also promote the community very well. I think the members can submit their chats. We put it in a calendar. We also tweet it. So there's quite a few things that we do to get this accomplished. Jaison?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. Okay. So hopefully nobody else is hearing that. But there it goes. All right. So yeah, we really do a lot to build up the people in our community. So things that people are working on. And we have the Teacherpreneur group, which is a Voxer group that goes not just for members of EdSpeakers, but people outside of it. That's actually been existing for a while. So Valerie has been running that for a while, and she was fortunate. We were fortunate to have her get involved with the board on EdSpeakers. So when people have when they're trying to figure out how to form their company and what type of a structure they should form, that's the type of thing they'll bring into EdSpeakers, and we might discuss in the forums, which has happened. People, when they have their a contract that they're trying to put together, and they want to know, how should my pricing work? Should I do per diem or whatever? That's the type of thing they'll bring. Of course, the amplification, learning about opportunities where people can actually present, because that's really hard to figure out. So that's something that I've worked on my side with EdVents, trying to tell people, when are these proposal deadlines coming up? What's happening in your area? And making sure that folks know what's going on. And then just sharing different opportunities, so of course grants and different conferences where people can speak. So I know, I think it was you, Shelly, who shared the Digital Citizenship Summit in the UK, and I know we ended up having Sarah that went out there, and then we also had Derek that went out too. So we had, just some really great opportunities that have come through, and then a community of people to help make sure we're able to take advantage of those opportunities, because we're all incredibly busy as educators.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one thing to point out too with EdSpeakers is that we and Jaison covered a lot, but you might hear like EdVents or like Edgematch, and we in the Teacherpreneur chat. What we try to do is we try to get things that are already out there that do a really great job, and then kind of put them together to help spread the voices. So we don't necessarily try to take this all on ourselves, and I think that's really important, because Edgematch is fantastic. There's no need to reinvent the wheel there. When Valerie Lewis was doing the Teacherpreneur chat, and she's also very good with Remind. I think she's a representative of some sort of that, and so we've asked people specifically from the board for their different skills to be part of it, and EdVents as well. So I think we benefit from that collaborative kind of community spirit too.
Absolutely, and that decreases the kind of burden, because we have all these different things that are going on, right? Shelly comes in with a wealth of experience in pretty much everything you can imagine as far as education. So Twitter chats, and working abroad and doing consulting, and just 30 goals. So a lot of things that we look up to her for. So when she reached out about doing this, we were excited to sign on. But yeah, we all have these different projects that tie in, that are very closely tied, near and dear to our hearts. And so EdSpeakers, it's not something new, right? This is something that's really the confluence of all the things that we've been interested in, and we're able to really further all of our goals. Edgematch, EdVents, Teacherpreneurship, all these things we're able to work on together because they're all kind of part of our collective goals.
And I think I should add really quick, if you are a conference, one of the things that we do try to do is that we do try to promote conferences and a webinar site, any kind of places that really help that have our members. That's another part of it. We realize conferences need help with marketing and stuff, and so what we've tried to do is really also bring them to light too, because that's the way it works. It's like a symbiotic relationship. So we do try to do that as well. We have, for example, some of our members throw conferences. Kelly Tinkley just had the Sigma 5, and Sarah.
Ooh, 5 Sigma.
Yeah, 5 Sigma, and Sarah Thomas was a part of that. So we try to amplify that as well. So we'll get better at this, I think, and just even more as time goes on.
Absolutely. And we just had Coach Jeffery jump in. So, Coach Jeffery, if you could please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is William Jeffery. I'm a digital learning specialist in Fort Bend ISD, and I have the pleasure of working with these wonderful individuals. This has been a wonderful addition to my PLN. I feel like I have grown as an educator since I've met all of you, actually, and I thank you guys for opportunities to work with you. Soon I'll be working with Jaison at the TASB conference, and I have some things going on with Shelly, and I would love to get in some Edgematch things going on with you, Sarah. So thank you guys for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have one more question for the panel. So what are some of the upcoming things on the horizon for EdSpeakers?
Well, Coach Jeffery, since you are here, I know you have some great things, and you've been helping a lot with our brand management. So anything with logos, anything that's like visual, our animated GIF for this, all that creativity comes from Coach here.
Oh, thank you very much. So basically what me and Shelly are proposing that we're going to put out to the rest of the group is we're looking at starting a magazine that will detail and chronicle and highlight some of our speakers, and then also provide some type of advertisement for conferences. We want this to be something that will be different from the type of magazines that you see normally on a normal basis. We want it to interact through the social media feeds, and we also want to showcase what we are trying to send out about diversity and about just bringing together people to speak on topics of education and just to help out with students and those types of things.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. So definitely this is the beginning of something amazing, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. So thank you, Shelly, for having this amazing idea and having us as part of it. This is just fantastic. So any closing words from the panel?
I think one thing I'd like to say is right now we're a little slow with profiles. We are still trying to figure out some things as far as getting more promotion, but we have a pretty good strong community of 100. But if you really feel like you are it's very we kind of put a halt on membership for a while, but if you do feel truly passionate and you really feel like this is something and you want to be part of a community that betters itself, and of course anyone with a lot of passion and believes in diversity and spreading diverse voices and not just the self-promoter, and you feel like this is the community for you, then we would contact one of us personally, and we will definitely invite you to the community.
Absolutely. And I just saw Nicole Taylor from the Dallas area who had just wrote something about in a response to tips for someone new to presenting, where she said, just start. And that's absolutely, if I can say one thing for everybody out there who's considering, who thinks they may not have anything to offer, or, thinks that they're not sure what they would present on or what they could share, if you're in this space, you're connected, you absolutely have something to share. You cannot imagine how far you might be of a lot of people, right, and what they can learn from you. So that would be one big takeaway. And watch us grow. Like it's gonna be great. We have a wonderful team, and we have some exciting things on the horizon. I mean, we're already at 100 members after just, I think we started in October. So what? A few months, 4 months now? Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting.
Absolutely. I'm just so thrilled to watch the growth of this group and all the great things that are already going down and all the great things that are coming. So excellent. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you to everyone on Twitter. Thank you to everyone who's watching, everyone wishing us well. Thank you all so much. So this podcast will be available on iTunes within a couple of weeks. Come back next week. We're going to be talking sketchnoting. We have mods Margaret and Tammy who are going to be giving you some great tips, and anyone can be a panelist if you're interested, so just leave a comment on the Google Hangout page, bit.ly/tweettalk36. I always keep forgetting to do this, but I'm going to do it today. If you want to get involved with Edgematch, these are the ways how. So this is a great graphic from Rachel Pearson, who created it. So these are ways that you can connect with Edgematch. That graphic has also been dropped on Twitter. So you can also subscribe to the podcast as seen here at bit.ly/Edgematch podcast. So,
do it.
Yes, do it. Absolutely. So, so tune in next week. Hope to see y'all again, and have a great week, everybody.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week.